Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I welcome you to this video. I'm sure a lot of you have never heard of me before, haven't seen me before. Um, I just turned 58 last year, and I gave my life to Jesus as an 8-year-old. I entered into a relationship with Jesus, and over the last 50 years, I've built my knowledge about the Bible and Jesus and Christian doctrine. And I've also built my relationship with Jesus, which is really precious. I taught myself how to talk back and forth to Jesus and communicate in two-way conversation. I've developed a really close relationship with Jesus. Over the years, I've read a lot of Christian books. I've read the Bible a number of times, and I've practiced the Christian faith, and I've learned what the 54 parables of Jesus mean, and how to apply them, and the 50 commandments of Jesus. I've come to realize over the last few years that most Christians don't have a relationship with God. They don't know God. They probably couldn't speak for 20 minutes describing God. They tend to say that they love Jesus. They tend to say that they follow Jesus, but 99% of Christians couldn't tell you what Jesus' parables actually mean and how to apply them. What I've come to realize in the Christian church is a Christian church has leaders and people who write books that have 1 million sales, and they've got big platforms with tens of thousands of people attending their churches. But the Christian church doesn't have a lot of true knowledge, doesn't have a lot of true wisdom, and the people who practice Christianity, at least in the Protestant area that I know of, don't practice proper Christianity as it entails, as Jesus' teachings propagate, what Jesus' teachings mean. The average Christian doesn't obey Jesus. They say they love him, but they don't obey him. I say all this to say that I've been listening every day to Nick Fuentes and his Rumble channel, and I have to say that I don't know a lot about politics. I don't have great resource, great understanding of politics. I don't think I've ever read a political book. I certainly haven't read any books on history of politics, or the history of countries or the history of the world. The only history book I've read is the Bible, and so I'm really ignorant when it comes to politics, and when it comes to running the world and different things that are happening in the world. I only look at everything through my Christian worldview and the book of Revelation, the last book in the Bible that talks about the last days on earth. As a person who knows a lot about Christianity, I've produced 6,100 videos on my YouTube channel about Christian topics, and I've written and self-published 215 books on Christianity, on non-fiction subjects. As a person who has extensive knowledge on the Bible and the Christian faith and how to practically live out that faith, um, I I'm aware of someone who's well read. I'm aware when someone's speaking and they've been taught and they know things and they've researched what they said. And Nick Fuentes is someone who impresses me at every step. I've seen him in interviews now where he's asked about certain things, and he's just got this extensive knowledge on history of the United States and the history of politics, and and I'm just really impressed that he's got a lot of people who follow him that certain people call groupers, and he has a lot of detractors, people that vehemently don't like him. I've seen on comments to videos I've made about him, I've seen people comment say that Nick doesn't know anything, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'd love to see that person on a debate stage opposite Nick, and for them to try and argue their point of view. Nick seems to have read thousands of books. In the midst of, a 1 hour interview, he'll quote 10 books that he's read. And I really respect a reader, I really respect the person who did his own research. So I want to say, if you haven't watched Nick Fuentes, the best place to learn about him is to tune into his channel on Rumble. You'll have to join Rumble, and watch him go for 2 hours. And he can be especially rude and funny when he does super chats, when he talks to people who writes him messages and he gives responses. Um, he's he's an acquired taste. You've got to watch him for quite a while to get used to all his mannerisms and his behaviour. But he's certainly a person you can admire for his knowledge and his application of knowledge, which you can call his wisdom. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear your feedback in a comment.